Episode 8 of Alien Earth delivers the most shocking twist in the series so far. What begins as a fragile moment of hope quickly turns into a nightmare, as the survivors learn that the ground they trusted for safety was never what it seemed. Instead of finding refuge, they awaken something ancient and powerful beneath their feet. In this video, we're going to break down everything that happened in Episode 8, explain the terrifying ending, and explore the deeper meaning behind this reveal. The episode opens with the survivors continuing their desperate march across the hostile terrain. After the devastating losses in Episode 7, morale is lower than ever. Supplies are scarce, their energy is drained, and every step forward feels heavier than the last. Alien Earth itself seems determined to break them down. The landscapes constantly shift in strange and unnerving ways. Trees that change color within minutes, skies rippling with auroras that look unnatural, and rivers that dry up almost instantly as if the planet itself doesn't want them to survive. These unsettling details remind us that this is no ordinary world, but something alive, volatile, and unpredictable. We also see the emotional toll on the characters. One survivor clutches a keepsake from home as if to remind themselves of why they're fighting. Another questions whether there's any point in going on. The leader of the group struggles to hold everyone together, trying to balance hope with the harsh reality of their situation. Just when it feels like they can't push forward any longer, they stumble into a hidden valley that appears to be the answer to their prayers. The valley feels different from anything we've seen before. Surrounded by cliffs and filled with lush greenery, it offers clean water, edible plants, and breathable air. For the first time since crash landing on Alien Earth, the crew believes they have found a place where they might actually survive. They begin setting up camp, gathering resources, and talking about long-term plans. The shift in tone is noticeable. There's laughter, relief, and even a sense of hope. But beneath this calm, the show plants subtle hints that all is not as it seems. The soil beneath them pulses faintly, almost like a heartbeat. At night, strange vibrations echo across the valley floor, but these warnings are brushed aside as natural tremors. The audience, however, knows better. This peace won't last. The turning point comes when the group begins digging into the ground to build a fire pit. Instead of finding simple roots, they uncover glowing vein-like tendrils running deep beneath the soil. At first they assume it's just some sort of alien plant system, but the way it reacts is horrifying. The tendrils twitch, recoil, and move as though they are alive, almost like nerves inside a body. The discovery sparks immediate debate. Some of the survivors want to leave immediately, terrified by what they've seen. Others argue that the valley is too valuable to abandon. In the end, their leader decides they will stay, desperate for stability after so much suffering. It is a decision that proves catastrophic. As night falls, the ground begins to rumble with an intensity far beyond a normal quake. The entire valley shakes violently, as cracks split open across the earth. The camp is thrown into chaos as the survivors scramble to hold their footing. Suddenly, the ground tears apart, revealing something enormous hidden beneath the surface. What emerges is both breathtaking and terrifying, a colossal organism that looks part mountain, part creature, as though the valley itself was nothing more than its outer shell. Its surface glows with the same bioluminescent veins the survivors uncovered earlier, confirming that the land they thought was safe was in fact alive all along. The final moments of the episode are some of the most haunting in the series. The organism exhales, releasing a massive cloud of shimmering spores into the air. These spores spread quickly, clinging to everything they touch, plants, rocks, and even human skin. The camera slows down, capturing the spores as they float in the air like glowing dust. The survivors cough and panic, struggling to breathe, but the real terror comes when one character looks down and realizes the spores are glowing on their skin, almost as if merging with their body. The screen cuts to black before we learn whether the spores are deadly, parasitic, or perhaps something far more complex. This ending completely changes our understanding of Alien Earth. What we thought was simply a dangerous planet filled with predators may in fact be a single living organism on a massive scale. The valley wasn't just a piece of land, it was part of a creature that had been lying dormant until the survivors disturbed it. This raises terrifying questions. Are the predators we saw in earlier episodes independent creatures, or are they extensions of the planet, like antibodies protecting a larger body? Are the spores a weapon designed to kill, or are they a way for the planet to communicate with intruders? And if the entire planet is alive, is survival even possible for the crew, or are they destined to be eradicated? Thematically, Episode 8 is a brutal reminder of human arrogance. The survivors believed they could adapt to Alien Earth, maybe even control it, but the truth is they have barely scratched the surface of what they're dealing with. Instead of being conquerors of this alien world, they are trespassers in a place that might see them as a threat. The glowing spores hint at an even deeper mystery. Perhaps the planet isn't trying to destroy them, but to connect with them in some way. By ending on such an unsettling cliffhanger, Episode 8 shifts the entire series. Alien Earth is no longer just a survival story. it is now a confrontation between humanity and a living, intelligent world. The spores, the awakening of the organism, and the revelation that the planet itself might be alive set up a conflict that could define the rest of the story. The survivors may not just need weapons to fight, but understanding to coexist, or they risk being wiped out entirely. So what do you think the spores really are? Are they poisonous, a form of infection, or a message from the planet itself? Episode 8 leaves us with endless theories, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my Episode 9 explanation as soon as it drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.